It's actually 5 in the morning. I'm outside in my car. The word says it's better to be on the rooftop of a house instead of being inside with a brawling woman. I don't understand. I understand mathematically. I got a journey. I'm doing something. Satan's going to attack however he's going to attack. And that's the thing that I speak on. Satan used the same tactic for Eve. In the world now, because they're taking so much off the woman. And what I'm learning is it's about accountability to hold up your part, right? I oftentimes talk about sports and stuff like that because that's the most organized union of people that has to play their part. And if they do their part, you know what I'm saying, wholeheartedly, everyone, most of the times that team sees a Super Bowl or sees a championship. So if you're in a Christian relationship or a new one, right? Y'all trying, you and your significant other. Now, a dude said something yesterday that I listened to. A man should never come into a situation, man, if he can't 100% pay all of the bills and everything. Right? Unfortunately, due to lack of instructions or lack of power or whatever, that's how we have children out of wedlock and things like that. So now when you come into Christianity and things like that, the first thing that you think of is doing right by your children. And for a person like me, right, the difficulties of a person like me, I have multiple children and multiple mothers to the children. So technically, I have multiple families. But once you become, you're irritated with how the world is going and you don't want to participate anymore, you want to fully be with Jesus, fully be with God, the first thing you really think about is being in your family, being with one of your families and really showing your son really how to be a man, sticking to their, show them how you read Christianity, tolerate, disrespect from your woman and still love her. These are things you want to teach your son, right? But the daughter's not taught the same thing, right? So first is this. Once you decided to change your life over and really do right? Satan's gonna come. He gonna come, and like this is something I really want to talk about is accountability, right? One time, this is with, I was married, my ex-wife, right? We was going through some things, I was irritated. She wouldn't do what I asked her to do, So, yeah, we were young though. We were young. I stepped out for the same reason. Like, I really wanted to do this Christianity thing, but at the time, it wasn't putting food on the table. She was the worker. She was working. So I didn't want to go in the streets. I didn't want to hustle. So trying to get a job, couldn't do that. So long story short, stepping out, and she called my mother-in-law, and she told her some Christian advice for a woman. She said, "You are wife, and you are wife under God, right? You're a wife under God. So technically you're married to God. So if you should step out and do the same thing that you think He doing, then you're cheating on God. Because everybody has their own role. God is not going to say, how come you were cheating on your husband, and you get to say, well, because he was cheating. That's not how God works. See, now this the thing. I'm going to tell you how He do work. And this is where everybody fails to understand. See, here go math, not feelings. Feelings say, man, forget that. I'm not waiting on God to handle nothing for me. These people playing in my face, whoop-de-whoop, right? But what happens is God steps in and make them abide by the rules. If you abide by the rules for Him, right? Because at that point, it's unfair. See, you don't do your own. God steps in. So if you should maintain how you supposed to be, He's going to fix the other person. He's going to, if they're deeply into Christ, just like you're trying to be into Christ, He's going to put a self-check in them. He's going to work on them. That's what lets you know the other person is really doing what they're supposed to do. Every time you trying to step out and do something different because you mad at, or you think they're doing something wrong, and you go to step out, it's never going to work. Because they're doing their part. And see, the thing is, in my situations, a lot of the times, I keep coming out with the better end of the stick. Why? Because I'm working the math. I'm not using my emotion. I'm not saying, okay, I know they lied about this. I know they doing what they doing on that. They tuck in this, they doing that, so I'm ready to leave them stranded. Don't do nothing for them. They just gonna sit, hit the ground. You know what I mean? And there's many people on the outside that want me to do that. Because they see the drainage that's happening in the situation. But I can't do that. You know what I mean? Now, here go the sad part that's even deeper sadder. Deeper sadder. Let's get rid of that. Here go the sad part that's even more sadder than anything. In the scriptures, it says that you cannot sit there and say, aha, that's why God punishing you because I'm doing right and you not. No. What you supposed to have is empathy for them. Because you don't want, think about it, simple math. You love the person. You don't want to see them hurt, no matter what they're doing to you, consciously or subconsciously. They don't know, that's not something that you hold on them. God does that part, right? So now when I'm watching Him give you your punishment, such as, let's say, I'm out here trading, but you want to be a part, so you want to get a job and you want to get out here, because you don't want to do the part that was given to you. Because each role, man, woman, child, in a household, everybody has a role. So if you don't want to do your role, you want to do the man's role. And even in that situation, you like, okay, well, cool, you get your job or whatever. I'm not doing everything in my power to keep you from getting a job. But for some reason, everything goes against you getting a job. That's not on me. That means you're not holding up your part. Whatever you're, see, that's the thing about God, right? And that's the thing about society right now. That's why they try to do away with labels and stuff, because once you have a label, there is rules that goes under the label. You have to perform. You have to be that. If you're a boss at a job, you have to be the boss at the job. You can't let someone else be the boss. And you know what's going to happen? Then they're going to take you out of your job and put someone else there. God does the same thing. You have a job. You have everything. If you're in a relationship, once you tell that person that we are in a relationship, an exclusive, intimate relationship, God steps straight in right then and there. I tell people all the time, anytime somebody want to look, I never snitched on a person. But God is the biggest snitch that you could ever know. He's not going to let you keep doing stuff under the table, especially not to one of his children. He's not going to do that. Now, this is the crazy thing about it. This is the complex situation that we put God in. Now, I want to bless my son or my daughter that's doing right by me in a relationship that's supposed to be mounted by me. But the other one is not doing it. They're doing contrast to what's supposed to be going on. So how do I correct this one without stopping the other one's momentum? That's the reason why mathematics, he said, do not be unequally yoked. Because then he don't have to go through that. Because what happens is, in order for me to show you, think about this, give it to you clear. If I got to stop you from doing your job or getting a job, which can add income to it, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not upholding your end of the bargain, but I'm allowing him to do what he got to do because he's upholding the end of the bargain. But now think about this, that extra income will be a help to this whole situation. But now, because you're not upholding your end, which is being trustworthy, it ain't even just that part. Now you're scratched. So what happens is all the weight falls on the other one that's doing right. There's no extra income now. They have to pull all the income, all the rent, all the, and I understand. I do, because this was something I even preached. I realized that respect levels come like this. Like, society has deemed a man is a person that take care of everything. He's the provider. The woman is the nurturer. Nurture means to feed something until it grow. Right? That's what nurturing is. Till it grow healthy, whatever, So now the thing is, a man should. But society now, women want to play their part, their role. So a man if he come in, can pay 100% of everything, then the woman feels useless because of society. Hey man, listen. And it's only because I've watched it with my own eyes. If there's any women that has an objection to what I'm saying, please tap in. To raise 2 children in a home is enough work alone. If you have a job and taking care of children, and you do not have a man in the household, you do not have help in that household, man, that's a tough job, dog. That job harder than going to work for somebody else. That's why majority of women or men, right? If a man is by himself, even though honestly, just from experience, by ourselves, we don't go through the same thing a woman will go through. That's why the numbers say versus children with men by themselves and children with women by themselves, the numbers are outrageously better with a man and his child by himself. We don't go through the same things. So now why we don't, because the child don't act out like it would with you. So now I'm fully getting an understanding that that's how much Satan has put this headstrong stuff in our women that they're determined to take care of children and work at the same time. Even if they have a man that really want to stand in. Now, I'm only talking for the women that has God-fearing men, man, that really want to step in. But you feel like you've been doing it for 5 years. You've been doing it for 10 years. You've been doing it for 15 years. He's 15 years old now, and I've been doing it straight. And honestly, a lot of them say they've been doing it by themselves and have not been doing it by themselves. But that's neither here nor there. The thing is doing a role. Staying in your lane. Sometimes, man, you got to realize when we're being enemies. See, that's deep. Sometimes we don't understand when Satan's got a hold of us. To self-check. To ask yourself, why am I mad? Hold on, let's think about this. Why am I mad? Is that something to really be mad about? But see, the thing is, even the Bible knows, once Satan has kindled the anger of a woman, truthfully, when he kindles their anger, it's all selfish motivated. When a woman argues at you and they don't even know the pit of the argument, they don't even know really what they're mad for. Like sometimes, man, you ask, and get this though, I put the math together. It's one of two things that don't match. Wanting a hot girl summer, but gotta be a mama. That stress alone, looking at social media, and especially if you a woman with booty or curves or you got a nice figure or anything like that, you feel depressed because you feel confined. But now, this is the thing. You don't want to say that verbally. It was a song like that. Why? Because how it'll make you look. So you walk around all day mad. So then you start things and you... I watch movie after movie. Movie after movie. And then watched it with my significant other, the mother of my child. And this the crazy thing about it. We can sit there and watch it. And then I will sit back and say, did you see that? Did you see that this woman that the movie is all about came into two men's lives that were cool friends, and she killed the friendship? But somehow the movie made it like it was so romantic, and this is how life go. You just catch the vibe and you go for it no matter who cares or who. It's like, what? Then we watch movies where everything is laid out, or sitcoms. Everything is laid out. They got the mega business. The man has the mega business. They got the good house with the kids in it and everything. And the whole plot of the sitcom is the fact that she wants to go to work instead of sit there and take care of the children. She feel like her use is being depleted. Watched another one that said, I don't think the whole just of being a woman is to marry a man and have kids and have a family. It's things I want to do. It's things I got to do. And think. Now listen, dog. It's a reason why he made sure the women have that much emotion. That means they can produce that much love. Because they're going to kick out children, man. You know. But Satan has stepped in and twisted the emotions. That's the reason why a man should be disciplined over feelings. Where women are feelings over discipline. It's just truth. And if a man is acting in feelings over discipline, he's acting like a female. Yeah, at that point, you can't follow that man. He's too emotionally unstable. The Bible speaks of that. That's wavering. Do the math. If I follow God, there's happiness. If I listen to him, there's less stress. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. If I turn it over to him, that's just like, no, I don't say I don't care, because I do care about your feelings. But at the end of the day, it's a little heavier than I can bear, so God got to get it. I know my motion and I know what I'm doing. See, the thing is, the world will make you feel guilty for choosing God. And it's crazy how sometimes I keep on using the world, but truthfully, it's your girl. I've been in two situations where I wanted to get out the streets, get out the game. Right? And the woman cried. They wanted to keep going. They wanted to, you know, I'm talking about was mad at me, man. The part I hate the most is that on this journey, it seemed like I'm going to have to go by myself, and that stuff hurt. I want a family. I want my family. I want to be with my children. I want it all. I do. But there's steps. He also told me, man, don't even come back here. He told me that blatantly. And the day I decided that I wanted to come back here in my heart, not in my mind, my heart still loved it out there in Cali. But once my heart got transformed, and the crazy thing about it, he used a woman in that too. He used a woman in that too. Satan he can get to anyone that's emotionally driven. That's why God speaks against it. To be emotionally driven. Well, I feel that I was a feeling. No, it's not a feeling, man. If a person sitting there need, man, it's not feelings to make them, to help them. See, when you do your feelings, then that's something to tell you, no, don't help that person. That's not God. God's bank account don't never run out. Never. And anytime you do something for somebody and you do it out of love and it's wholehearted, he's always going to recompensate that. He said it in the word. Like, it's, what Bible is everybody reading, man? Where you think you could just cut people off, for this person, pick this one, don't do nothing for this one, but do something for this one. Do something. Only reason why everybody didn't get their hands laid on, because it was too many people and Jesus was only one person. But the same way the lady touched the hem of his garment, if everybody was like her in that crowd, everybody would have touched his garment and got healed. Everybody. So that lets you know where the heart was of the crowd. He don't hold back no blessings, man. For those that want it. That's what my dad said a long time ago, man. As a child. My dad was putting this stuff in me as a child, man. And that's what we supposed to do as parents now. And yes, I'm at fault. I'm at fault. But I'm trying everything I can now. Each one of my children I'm trying to reach out to, you know. And then when I do reach out to them, I'm going to be honest. If it feels like it's a situation where I'm coming to bring, like that's the part I've been getting the feeling of. That's why God didn't want me to come here. I'm getting this feeling of I interrupted a lot. Everybody had a simple motion going. But for some reason, when I come around, it alters the motion. It brings confusion. And then it's like, man, everything was better before you got here. And the crazy thing about it, it's all weird, man. It's like weird energy. All weird energy. And it's only because it's always some motive. Or they think more about what's really going on. But accountability. To be accounted on. To somebody to count on you. You are the person to go to. If any person on the planet got my back, you do. Truth is, a lot of my videos I ain't put out ain't because I'm scared of y'all. Or what y'all saying, or how y'all feel about it. Half of y'all I ain't even gonna know. Some of y'all I do know still don't know. We different now. I'm 46 years old. So the thing is, it's like, where this is what has to happen then. Oh no, this is what I was saying. It's because my significant other. Man, I put out over 100 videos. They watch TikTok. They watch YouTube every day. But never will watch me. I get so many hearts and everybody say you articulate, you speak so well, I like listening to you. But your own people in their household don't want to hear you. And I know what people are saying. For those that y'all are, but your views don't count to me. And you saying, well, the reason why she probably acting like that is because she see fault in you. And she see you lying. I see fault in me. That's what make me push like I push. And that's what make me take steps like I take. You know. Just a little out of business, both of us smoke. So, when I take the step and I say, you know what, I ain't smoking. Now, this is the thing. This is the point right here. This is what God is talking about equally yoked and everything. Once I take that step and I say, you know, I ain't doing this. If you should keep going, you're not on the team. It's simple. It's not emotion. It's not nothing. You not on the team. At that point, you are up. You're on the opposing side. On the opposite side. So, this is deep now. If you in relationships and you doing stuff like this, you're the one single-handedly wrecking the relationship. That's how Satan has us. I just showed you where Satan really have us. You know why you don't stop? Because that's you. You are you, and you don't feel like you have to stop because you're not called and you're not. It's not about you. See, that's how Satan has society right now. Well, I can't change her, or I can't change him. He's him. If that's what he like to do and that's what he into, I'm over here. It's called a relationship. Two people relate. Two people share a common bond. It's called a relationship. There's no selfishness in a relationship. I'm on what you on. That's how you know a person is for you. I'm on what you on. We out here to get it. We out here to get it. If you motivated, I'm motivated. If you move, I move. Just like that. But no. Satan stepped in and said, no. Just because you think like that, you ain't got it. Just because he think like that, you ain't got to think like that. You still can do yours just like this, and that ain't your ministry. You can't see how he disconnecting relationships with this selfish, self-motive. Man, a house divided can't stand. If I'm leaving you for my peace, we have separated. It says a 3-strand cord is not easily broken in Ecclesiastes. If you do, it says if a man lay down by himself, he's cold. But if he lay down with another, he's warm. Some of that go over everybody's head. Team, man. No, we're not built to be alone and strive alone and just do everything alone. It's the crazy thing about it is that God understands that Satan has a lot of his people. So some people you can't take with you. But it's a reason why he said be equally yoked. Look, he ain't say be solo yoked. Accountability. Accountability. That's all I got for y'all, man. The sun that came up. I might as well go on in here. It's sad when you don't have nowhere else to go but to a place that don't have your back. I can hear some people say, you left and went over there. I had your back. No, you didn't.